Hello dear students, I am Dr. Damandeep Kaur, Assistant Professor from Department of Education at the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. In today's module, we will be discussing about curriculum development and the process of curriculum development. So let's know the meaning of curriculum development. So yeah, it is a process for creating an effective curriculum. So the important steps under process of curriculum development are needs, objectives, content, learning experiences and evaluation. So here we have to focus on the needs of the student and yes, needs of the society and needs of the nation. So society is a part of the nation and students are also part of the society. Now, as we are focusing on the needs of students, society and nation, but how to identify the needs? Now, to identify the needs, we should follow a scientific procedure. Okay, so it's very important to critically review the present research studies. Okay, so these research studies, can be based on the student satisfaction, parent satisfaction, job satisfaction, and apart from that, we should also study when we are framing a curriculum, the national education policy of that particular nation. And yes, a survey should be conducted. It means the information should be collected from the experienced teachers, educationists, professionals and entrepreneurs. Now, what is the need of the student? So, there are some examples. It can be, the development of language skills, numeracy skills, cognitive skills, employability skills and, development of scientific attitude and soft skills in students. So, need of the nation can be, commitment to democracy. We are living, in a democratic country. So, we want our citizens, or we can see we have to develop the global citizens. They should know about democracy. Entrepreneurship development to help in the growth of economy, it's very important to focus on this. Technological advancements, humane society, not just simply the society, where people should respect each other. Okay, so we should develop a humane society. Conservation of environment, this is the need of the hour. And yes, digital literacy. As the world is changing, most of the things are digitalized. So these can be some of the examples under need of the nation. Objectives. Yeah, it means what is to be achieved. And no, it's very important when objectives are framed or formulated. It should be based on the behavioral terms. So, what are these behavioral terms? So, we have to consider the cognitive domain, affective domain and the psychomotor domain. Now, let's take an example of nation's needs. This will really help you to understand the objectives and the needs and objectives formulation. So, as we know, the nation need is to have digital literacy. So, what is digital literacy? Yeah, it is the ability to locate, organize, understand, evaluate and create information using digital technology. So, example of objectives can be, students will be able to use a digital technology. Students will be able to locate the information, understand the information and yes, when you talk about affective domain, so students will be able to appreciate the digital content. Yeah, content, as we know, it includes facts, concepts, principles, processes and descriptions. Yes, it's a subject matter which the students are going to learn. So, it's very important to select the right content and organize the content in a scientific manner. Now, let's talk about the selection of the content. Now, we basically have to focus on fulfilling the objectives of nation, society and students. For that, what should be taught to the students? So, we should give the correct information to the students, reliable content should be shared, updated information should be shared, and yes, content should be useful for the students and it should be comprehensive. So, for example, whether it's the subject of mathematics, science, social science or language, we have to keep CRUUC, okay? So, that is correct, reliable, updated, useful, comprehensive content should be shared. Now, organization of the content, so we can organize it in a logical manner, consider the time period, continuity and unification concept. So, when we talk about logical sequencing, we can go from known to unknown facts. The curriculum should be arranged from easy to complex, or we can say from concrete to abstract. For example, as we know, first we introduced the different types of vegetables and fruits to students. We tell students to recognize them and they will be able to differentiate them. Okay, what is turnip, what is carrot, and then we go beyond that when we talk about the root systems, the taproot system and the fibrous root system. Okay, and now under time period we should always consider for explaining historical events, ancient period should be discussed first, then medieval period and then the modern period. Now, continuity means there should all the important topics should be related with each other. Like first will be if in the subject of computer, history of computer will be taught, components of computer, types of computer, hardware and software knowledge will be given to the students, and then types of softwares can be taught. Unification, so the subjects having some similarities can be unified under one category, like geography, history, civics can be unified under the category of social sciences. That is unification. Learning experiences. Now the subject matter is ready, we are going to acquaint students with some new concepts, new facts, principles, but it should be transacted to the students. So, what should be the learning experiences? So, learning experiences are the deliberately planned experiences in selected situations where students actively participate and interact. It results in desirable changes of behavior in students. So, it is very important for the teachers to do the selection of learning experiences and organization of learning experiences. Now, selection of learning experiences. Okay, how to select it now? So, keep it in mind what should be the right instructional approaches and learning activities. Under instructional approaches, it's very essential, and we should focus on constructive approaches. Okay, students are not empty vessels. They have some information. Some facts are already known to them. They are observing the environment. So, allow the information to come from the students. So, create a situation. Okay, let them construct the knowledge. Cooperative learning approach. Okay, they should know how to live together. Okay, we are creating them for tomorrow. So, allow them to work in a cooperative manner. Give them some group task, project work, group project work. Okay, conduct some activities in the classrooms, think, pair and share. Okay, so use some cooperative approaches, problem solving approach. We are living in the world where the students have to face the problems. So, with this approach, we will help the students to develop problem solving skills. Okay, so we have to tell them, in mathematics and science, social science, we have to provide them some, situations where they can solve the given problems. And learning activities can be game-based activities. We are living in the world of technology, we are living in the world of technology. So, we can focus on, game-based activities, okay, like Excavate Rome is one of the, e-game. Lab activities can be emphasized. Allow the students to work in the science lab, in the maths lab. Field activities. take them outside and allow them to observe the real life situations. Now, organization of learning experiences, how to do it? So, it should be based on individual needs. Here, individual means the students, the learners, nature of the topic. So, on the basis of topic also we can organize the experiences. So, the need of the science subject will be different from the need of the English subject. Availability of resources. See, we should always consider the resources we have. So, on the basis of that, you can organize the experiences. Lastly, evaluation. So, evaluation is the appraisal of achievement of the predetermined objectives, the objectives which have already been set. There can be some evaluation approaches. So, the first approach is creative or decisive evaluation, and the second approach is final evaluation. What is creative or decisive evaluation? This is done during the process of development of curriculum. So, when the curriculum developers are developing the curriculum, they do this. So, expert committee do the evaluation after each stage of development. So, what they do? They just see how the progress is going on. So, after identifying the needs of student, society and nation, they formulate the objectives. And it is very important that objectives should be in line with the needs. Then comes content. So, the subject matter which they are framing, it can be for science, mathematics, social science or literature or physical education, whatever content they are planning. And that should be based on the objectives and learning experiences which will really help to transact the information from the teachers to the students are in line with the content. Okay, so that happens during the process of development of curriculum. Now, see, before applying the curriculum to the whole nation, it's very important to the pilot study. So, final evaluation, this is done after the development of the curriculum and after implementation. So, evaluates all the stages of curriculum development. So, some of the evaluation strategies which can be used, students evaluation. So, under this we can have some formative assessments for the students, summative assessments for the students. Feedback can be taken from the students, parents and the teachers or the other stakeholders. So, let us quickly recap the process of curriculum development. So, we start with the needs, then we frame the objectives, then we form the content, then we decide the learning experiences and then we evaluate the process of curriculum development. Okay. So, evaluation really helps to modify the present curriculum and update the present curriculum. I hope you have understood the concept of curriculum development and the process of curriculum development. Stay tuned and happy. Thank you.